Tyreek Hill, you should have left that hoe, your wife, when she almost made your house get burned down.
Now at 10 o'clock, we're hearing the calls for help after flames erupt inside of Miami Dolphins' Tyreek Hill, South Florida mansion. Officials say a child may be responsible for starting those flames.
7's Danielle Garcia is live in Southwest Ranches with those new details. Danielle.
That's right. Tyreek Hill's wife is the one who called 911, frantically hoping that the paramedics would get there in time to put out the fire after a child is the one who set it on fire. And it's a good thing they got there in time because they were able to save a majority of that home.
I have a fire. Can you help us? A fire's in the house.
You are hearing the panicked 911 call made by Lakita Hill, the wife of Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill.
I don't know what to do. I need your help. Okay, I need for you to exit the building. Exit the building.
7 Skyforce giving you a bird's eye view of the aftermath Thursday, spotting a giant hole in the roof and damage to an upstairs bedroom. Davy Fire heading back out to make sure there was no hot spots in the more than 13,000 square foot mansion.
It was a difficult task for the firefighters to get up here.
Rewind to Wednesday, fire crews raced to put out that blaze inside Hill's 7-bedroom and 8.5 bathroom home. The fire so large, it took crews almost an hour to get the blaze under control.
Where exactly is the fire? It's upstairs. It's upstairs.
That call coming in while Hill was at practice. A 7 News camera capturing a glimpse of Hill hustling to be by his family's side. His teammates just as shocked as he was.
I'm just glad that a lot of his family members are safe.
Hill hugging his wife as crews extinguished the fire. Officials announcing the fire was accidental, caused by, they say, a child playing with a lighter. The child telling police he squeezed an orange lighter he found in his toy box, and the flame hit a toy, and then the fire started. Hill's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, says everyone is doing okay.
Thankfully, the fire was contained to a limited area in the home.
So this is a big week for the Miami Dolphins. They need to beat the Buffalo Bills in order to be crowned the champions of the AFC East. Tyreek Hill, though, wasn't at practice yesterday. Reporting live in Southwest Ranches, I'm Danielle Garcia, today in Florida.
And you are a lucky son of a gun. That wasn't an assassination attempt.
911 call was made Monday by Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro, after she witnessed a feud between the married couple.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
An incident report says Vaccaro told officers that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter. The concerning call was made Monday from the 35th floor of the Porsche Design building in Sunny Isles Beach. The report goes on to say when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's computer to the floor and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called police.
The mother-in-law and the daughter, they plotted to get Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill assassinated by the Sunny Isles police. But Tyreek Hill did not jump offside, and that's why he's here today. Thank God. Let's watch a few news clips and come back and chop it up. My wife is trying to kill me.
You saw exclusively first on 10. Police responding to a domestic dispute at the home of Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill.
His mother-in-law calling the cops after an incident involving his wife and the couple's baby. Local 10's Terrell on a line now in Sunny Isles Beach with the details for us. Terrell.
And Calvin, this is on record as a verbal domestic dispute. We know that an emergency call was made to the police department here in Sunny Isles Beach. Officers showed up to this building and interviewed everyone involved, including that star Miami Dolphins player. Carrying a baby in his arms, Tyreek Hill is seen on video from the balcony of his high-rise oceanfront condo as police are en route to his unit.
Battery for the daughter. The subject is the husband on scene.
The 911 call was made Monday by Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro, after she witnessed a feud between the married couple.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
An incident report says Vaccaro told officers that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter. The concerning call was made Monday from the 35th floor of the Porsche Design building in Sunny Isles Beach. The report goes on to say when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's daughter's computer to the floor and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called police. When officers showed up, Lakita Hill, Tyreek's wife of nearly 2 years, says she told him he was not involved enough with their daughter, and that's when he got irritated. Without malice, he approached her and grabbed the baby. The Miami Dolphins star wide receiver responded by saying, "I have the same rights as a father as her as a mother, and I can take my baby whenever I want." County records show Lakita filed for divorce 1 day later.
Get out! Get out!
It was just last September when Tyreek was aggressively detained by Miami-Dade police outside of the Hard Rock Stadium on game day, eventually given traffic citations and let go. Those tickets were later dismissed. The Miami Dolphins organization issuing a statement about the latest domestic disturbance, saying they were notified on Monday about the incident. And, quote, "We have since been in communication with Tyreek and the NFL and will have no further comment on the matter." And Tyreek Hill is not charged with the crime. In fact, police say that Hill left the residence on his own free will while those officers were present here in this building. And by the way, both Tyreek and his wife maintained to those officers that at no time did this turn into a physical disturbance. We are live in sunny Isles Beach, Terrell Fournette, Local 10 News.
That mother-in-law, she is about that life. She gonna be mad with her daughter because her daughter did not back up her story to get Tyreek Hill killed. The mother-in-law said if Tyreek Hill dies, he died. I don't give a fuck. We want his damn money. His millions and millions and millions of dollars for his dumbass marrying a chick that can't watch kids in a house. She don't got no job. And she almost made the house get burned down by Tyreek Hill baby kids.
Officials announcing the fire was accidental, caused by, they say, a child playing with a lighter. The child telling police he squeezed an orange lighter he found in his toy box, and the flame hit a toy, and then the fire started.
But the mother-in-law, she took advantage that Tyreek Hill was beefing with the police.
Tyreek Hill demanding the officer who restrained him before Sunday's game be fired. The wide receiver also admitted that he had some regrets during today's news conference.
I will say I could have been better. I could have let down my window, in that instant. Now, does that give them the right to literally beat the dog out of me? Absolutely not.
But check out this body cam video. It shows a traffic stop, and it shows Tyreek Hill being pulled from his car, taken to the ground. His attorneys claim that one of the Miami-Dade officers actually put his hands around Hill's neck. That officer was placed on administrative duty yesterday. In the end, Hill was cited for seatbelt violations or a seatbelt violation and careless driving.
And she called 911 and said, "Come and do your thing. Angry black man on the loose. He might hurt the baby." And the police, they ran over there. But Tyreek Hill did not jump off side. Drew Rosenhaus saved his ass. Drew Rosenhaus told Tyreek Hill, the police, they don't try to kill you one of these days. The wife, she's probably had an affair with an officer. And they'll call the police, and the police will try to do their thing. But don't jump offside Tyreek Hill. And he listened to Drew, and Tyreek Hill is not dead. Thank God, Drew. We love you, Drew. The mother-in-law and the wife, they tried it. But you can't out-legal a guy that got a whole bunch of kids. Tyreek Hill knows I am the father. I have rights. I've been before a whole bunch of child support courts. I know my rights.
Without malice, he approached her and grabbed the baby. The Miami Dolphins star wide receiver responded by saying, "I have the same rights as a father as her as a mother, and I can take my baby whenever I want."
These mothers be thinking 100% of the baby is mine. And Tyreek Hill say, no, it's 50-50. I could do just as much as you with the baby. Long as I don't hurt the baby, injure the baby, I could do whatever I want. And the baby, she loves Tyreek Hill. You didn't see her crying at no point. She would say, Yeah, but Tyreek Hill, he remained calm and he did not escalate the situation. Because if he did escalate the situation, those police, Sunny Isle police, They would put in work, and they would say, I fear for my life. The diva wide receiver attacked us, and we had to do what we had to do.
This loss for Tony. This is not about, Tony. You guys can point the finger at him. You can talk about the vacation. And if you do that, it's really unfair. It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team.